My body has been on a wild journey over the past month, and it all started with Disneyland. Normally, when I'm just walking around maintaining, I'm only weighing anywhere between 156 to 158. However, I have been bulking the past couple of months. The holiday season really just puts me in a bulking type of mood. There's plenty of food, the weather starts to get super cold, so everyone's wearing hoodies and sweatshirts and pants and all this anyway. So might as well pack on some strength as well as some size. So when I am bulking, I am usually walking around anywhere between 160 to 163-ish. My family and I took our first trip to Disneyland about a month ago. And let me tell you, I really thought I would be losing so much weight when I was there just because of the amount of walking we're doing. Running around, walking, going ride to ride, standing in line for hours. I really just thought there was going to be so much going on that I would not have time to maintain my bulk and gain weight. I felt like we ate a decent amount of food, but nothing crazy. It really just didn't feel like I was bulking while I was there. Maybe because we were just walking around so much, I just felt like I was burning calories off more. However, I did feel heavier when I was there, but I came home and weighed 165 pounds. I have never walked around at that high of a weight and felt comfortable without feeling full or bloated the whole time. And while I was in Disney, I was pretty bloated a good amount of time, but I honestly felt fine. I didn't feel pudgy at all, nothing. With all that being said, by the time I came home, my family came home, we all got sick together. We all got sick. So instead of coming back being all hyped that I was 165, I was like, nice, now I can start lifting again. I might be even stronger than before I left. Now I can start pushing some really heavy weights. Instead, I got sick. I was a little bit on bed rest for a few days maybe. It was mostly just sore throat, head issues, and I ended up walking around for about a week, back at my regular bulking weight at 160 to 162. Then I sort of got to this point where I was like, okay, I'm feeling good now. I can start lifting again. I do push-pull leg split. I went 3 days of super intense workouts because I knew I was only going to work out those 3 days of the week. And then it was Thanksgiving on Thursday, so I was going to a turkey bowl to play football. And I went crazy hard intense on those 3 days. I could barely walk. My upper body, everything was sore. No matter which way I moved, I was sore. I was coughing a lot. So the rest of that night, I was toast. I could barely walk. I was limping around. My feet were sore. Everything. When I woke up the next day, I could barely get out of bed. Barely sit up to get out of bed with how sore my whole body was. And I stepped out of bed and my feet collapsed under me, and I could not. I felt like I've had sprained ankles before, and I felt like I was just walking on a sprained ankle, and I was like, what the heck? When did I sprain it in my sleep? It turns out my feet were so sore that I could physically not support the rest of my body. So I was basically wobbling, hobbling, limping around the house the whole day for 3 days. And I was extremely sore, and it felt great, but it also kind of sucked because I was like, wow, after the turkey bowl, I got even more sick than before, and I knew I had to take a much longer break, not only for my body to recover, but for this sickness, whatever it was that was lingering. Usually when I'm sick, it's usually really bad for maybe a week or so, and then it is almost completely gone. This one was staying with me. It wasn't terrible, but it was just staying with me. It wasn't leaving. So since I knew I wasn't lifting, I knew I couldn't eat a lot. I wasn't working out. I wasn't burning calories. If I was just gorging myself and I was not working out, I wasn't converting that food into some sort of strength or muscle mass, I would literally just be getting pudgy. So due to this lack of food intake, my bulk started subsiding a little bit. I started losing weight. I started getting skinnier again, and my muscles felt like they were shrinking as well. This somewhat resulted in a skinny fat sort of look. However, not as much as the pudgy part is normal, because I was coughing so much that my abs were literally just getting flexed many times a day, multiple times for sometimes a minute straight, and that maintained my abs, plus I went lighter on my food intake. So during this bulk, I was working out about 3 or sometimes 4 days a week, but now that my semester for college is over, it is now winter break, hallelujah, I could start lifting more now. So I plan on lifting anywhere between 4 to 5 days a week, maybe get an occasional 6th in there. 1 month later, and I can finally work out again. So how am I going about this? And how should you be going about this? One important thing to remember when you are just coming back from some sort of sickness or injury is that you need to ease your way back into things. You can't just go right back to what you were lifting before, 225 on bench, and just repping it for however many you did previously. Now, some people might physically be able to do this, but it is not safe nor smart for you to come back guns blazing. So when you do come back from some sort of injury or sickness, don't be afraid to ease your way back into it. Don't be afraid to drop the weights a little bit. Take your time, kind of get warm, feel things out, feel the weights out, make sure you're hitting your warm-up sets real good so you could kind of see what path your body wants you to take. For example, when I am squatting, I just started working out again this week. Instead of doing like 335, 355 as my top set, I dropped it down to 315. For bench, instead of doing 225 as my top set, I dropped it down to 185. Even something as simple as bicep curls, instead of doing 45-pound dumbbells, sticking with 35. Keeping it not necessarily extremely light where I'm not even feeling the workout. I'm still getting a great workout in, but I am feeling these reps. I'm feeling the burn, and I am not exerting myself in a way that I will get injured. So let's see. What is the damage done? So this is what I look like now. After only 3 days of lifting, after my so-called sick bulk. As you can see, I am still not fully recovered, but maybe you can see a little bit oblique still, probably from coughing so much. I still got definition, although I am a little bit on the skinnier side. My back did keep decent shape, but you can see slightly pudgy, slightly skinny. Although I did lift today, my pump has subsided almost completely, and I have been eating in between recording this. So as you can see, my legs actually kept decent shape and decent definition. I was kind of surprised. It seemed like I was storing whatever weight I had in my legs. Any sort of muscular foundation that you previously had before that injury or that illness, it comes back rather fast. Just because you lost the muscle and you might be experiencing some sort of skinny fat type of sensation does not mean that you will not be able to work the muscle back. Just remember that you should be easing your way into it, building back up. If you're not competing or doing some sort of sport or anything like that, ease your way back into it. There's no need to rush. So remember, you could get your progress back rather fast, but stay consistent with it. Don't use this, oh, I'm skinny again or I'm gaining weight again. Don't use that as an excuse to stay out of the gym. Use that sort of digression as motivation to get it all back, and you will get it back. So this was my first physique update. I plan on doing many more in the future. Hopefully this is a good starting point to show the progress that will be made in the future. Be sure to like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.